What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So today I have right here Google Pixel 6a and the Google Pixel 5a. I've been looking forward to making this video for a while now, talking about both of these devices, comparing them, talking about their differences and which one I would personally prefer. So let's talk about Google Pixel 6a versus Pixel 5a. Starting off with design, we can definitely tell there's a huge difference right here in design. Pixel 6a takes after Pixel 6 and 6 Pro with aluminum and metal frames on the side and a plastic back, which is it feels like a glass, but it's not, doesn't support wireless charging. It has this camera bar. It's definitely not as high up as something like the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. And it has a dual camera cutout. Up here, there's no headphone jack, USB-C in the set of speakers, and a 6.1 inch 60 hertz display, a OLED display with a hole punch in the center of the device. And it does have some bezel, as you can tell, but it's a little bit more squared off as to Pixel 5a, which is really reminiscent of the Pixel 4a 5G. Now it has right here, if you take a look, it does have its fingerprint sensor right here on the back. It doesn't have a fingerprint sensor embedded into this display. Now, what I like about this Pixel 5a is the power button is rigid. It has like a different texture and it's also color accented. I hope Google does bring that back with their future device, something I really do miss. But it's one unibody design. Like, it doesn't have a metal frame and a plastic back. It's just one unibody design right here. Also does not support wireless charging. It's not made out of glass either. It does have USB-C on the bottom, and it does have a headphone jack on the top, something you don't get on Pixel 6a. So I'm telling you right off the bat, if you use a headphone jack, Pixel 5a is probably going to be your choice. Then when we look at the front of the display, about a 6.2 inch AMOLED, or a 6.34 inch, excuse me, a 6.34 inch Full HD AMOLED display at 60 hertz. So there is that. The hole punch does seem to look a little bit smaller, just looking at it first glance. But it's in the corner of the display, something I don't really like. I like having a camera, front-facing camera in the middle of the display. They're both 60 hertz, so you won't be getting 120 hertz on either device. But for design, it really does come down to preference. Which one do you prefer? I like that this is a little bit more compact and it's, it feels much more modern, simplistic, and just more sleek and elegant in the hand. Well, if you're something that's really minimal and you don't really care too much about design, then Pixel 5a, I mean, they've been using this overall design since 2019 with the introduction of the Pixel 4, but definitely drastic designs from Pixel 5a and Pixel 6a. Now let's talk about performance and software. So they both come equipped with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. The difference of the RAM is LPDDR4 in the Pixel 5a and LPDDR5 in the Pixel 6a, but they still have the same amount of RAM. So you don't get too caught up in the whole RAM thing. That's for 6 gigs of RAM, I've used both devices to get the job done. And 128 gigs of storage, this is their only configuration. Perfectly fine in my use case, but for others, it may vary. Otherwise, with performance, they've both been great. However, Pixel 6a performs so much better because it comes equipped with the flagship Google Tensor chip. They're going the same route as Apple is with the iPhone SE, including their top-of-the-line A15 and their iPhone SE, just like the iPhone 13 series. And Google is doing the same with the Pixel 6a, something I do appreciate because you're paying for that flagship price, or you're paying for that flagship processor at a much cheaper price, which is a huge plus. Not that Pixel 5a is bad. It does come equipped with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G, but it just, doesn't come as good as Google Tensor. Daily use, like, it doesn't really affect it. You won't notice too much unless you really nitpick. But for other heavier tasks, watching a bunch of videos, when it comes to having a bunch of different apps open in the background, then yes, you definitely see how Google Tensor, takes it much more easily than Qualcomm Snapdragon 765. Turning over to software now, they both have the same software. They both have Android 12. However, Pixel 5a debuted with Android 11 and quickly shipped with Android 12. So that was its first major OS update. So now we can just expect Android 13 and Android 14 on Pixel 5a. But for Pixel 6a, it debuted with Android 12. We're going to be getting Android 13, 14, and 15, and then 5 years of security OS updates. But software-wise, you won't notice any difference because they're running the same exact software. It's all a matter of how much longer which device is going to support Android, and obviously Pixel 6a being the newer device, it's going to get support for 1 more year. So if that's something that you're interested in, I think Pixel 6a is going to be the choice for you. Now let's talk about cameras on Pixel 6a and Pixel 5a. So they both come equipped with a 12 megapixel f1.7 primary lens with OIS, and then a 12 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide with a 114 degree field of view on the Pixel 6a, and then a 16 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide with a 118.7 degree field of view. So it sounds like the ultra wide has a higher resolution and a slightly larger field of view. But taking a look at the sample photos, I mean, in daily usage, they both perform more or so the same. They're both Pixel devices. They both have Google's computational photography. You can't go wrong with either. Like, I'm not gonna say go get the Pixel 6a because it has, or get the Pixel 5a because it has 4 more megapixels and a slightly larger degree field of view. Now the camera features, we're getting night sight on both. We're getting top shot on both. Magic Eraser with camouflage on the Pixel 6a, which is a huge plus that they debuted on the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. But for just daily usage, they both get the job done. They're both Pixel devices. Google's computational photography. You would expect 6a to finally carry on with the same cameras as the 6 and 6 Pro, but Google, I guess their focus was not camera this year with the A series, but more so the overall performance, design, aesthetics, all that stuff. So camera was not their kind of top priority in the Pixel 6a, which is why it kind of recycles the same camera module, at least the main camera module, as the Pixel 5a, Pixel 5, 4, 3, and Pixel 2. So it's definitely showing its age, but it still holds up really well. I've been using Pixel 6a as my daily device ever since I've had it, and I used Pixel 5a last year, and they're great. They're great. Like, you can't go wrong with Pixel camera devices. Front-facing camera, they both come equipped with 8 megapixel at f2.0, and they're good. They're good cameras. I just like the placement of the Pixel 6a camera. It's just placed in the center of the device, whereas Pixel 5a, it's like in the corner, which it's good. I don't like it. I'll be straightforward. I don't like it. But overall camera, they both perform more or less the same. All right, so here we come to battery life. They both are champs in this department. So Pixel 5a comes equipped with a 4,600 milliamp hour battery and 18 watts of wireless charging, no wireless charging. Pixel 5a comes equipped with a 4,410 milliamp hour battery, so slightly smaller, and 18 watts of wired charging, no wireless charging. Now it has a slightly smaller display, so take that into account. It has Google Tensor, so Google is able to optimize them much better than having a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765. But in my use case for both, now I've had the Pixel 5a for longer, so I can definitely tell you this is a battery champ. It's great. It's awesome. Like, if you're looking for something, long-lasting Android battery life, Pixel 5a by far. But in my use of the Pixel 6a, especially as a daily, it's been great as well. I've been getting easily 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time. I took this device out in the morning at 5:30, almost 2 hours, and 2 hours later I'm at 91%. I'm actually I use this device for watching like 2-3 videos, emailing, browsing the web a little bit, and before this video I recorded a couple other videos as well using Pixel 5a in the video. So there you have it. I mean, it's still at 90. No, well, now it dropped to 90, but it's still in the 90s. So that's a huge plus. You can't go wrong with either one in the battery department. So I think it's a tie here. And we come to price. They're both priced at the same, $449. However, I mean, Pixel 6a is newer. You're getting one more extra year of software. You're getting a new design. You're getting Google Tensor, so obviously going to be much, much better performance. And you're getting different colors too. You're getting 3 different colors: sage, a chalk, which is this one. I like to call it the silver one. And then you're getting a normal, just black Pixel 6a color, whereas Pixel 5a you're just getting this one. I believe it was called mostly black, but to me it's like a really dark green. So that's just one color, one configuration. There you have it. This one has one configuration but 3 different colors with Pixel 6a. Overall, if you take a look at price and what you're getting for, I think Pixel 6a is the better value. The only downside that one might have is you're not getting the headphone jack, and the fingerprint sensor is embedded into the display. It's not the fastest, and some might like to have a physical fingerprint sensor on their devices like the Pixel 5a. But for the value, they're both good devices for the value. But I think since the Pixel 6a has come out, I think you can find Pixel 5a for a cheaper price than its original $449 price tag. But my personal choice would be Pixel 6a, just because I'm getting just those little extra things, updated design, which I personally do appreciate, Google Tensor as well, as fingerprint embedded into the display, something I actually like. I like having the fingerprint embedded into this display. But overall, having Pixel 6a is on the market is probably a good thing. Pixel 5a is still there on the market, so if you want to pick it up, you can, but my choice would be Pixel 6a. And that about wraps up this video of Pixel 6a and Pixel 5a. They're both great devices. They share more similarities than they do differences. The main differences you can tell obviously are the design, some features that have been omitted from this 5a to the 6a, like the headphone jack, physical fingerprint sensor. You don't get that on Pixel 6a, but with Pixel 6a, you're getting updated processor, a flagship processor. You're getting an extra year of Android updates, Android 13, 14, and 15, 5 years of security updates, more color options, which is a plus. We didn't get that with Pixel 5a, and I think just overall better package. Like I said, the Pixel 6a would be my choice, but I can't say this is a bad device. This is not a bad device. This is a great device. I used it last year when it first came out. It was great. Awesome. I absolutely love the Pixel A series. I love the Pixel A lineup in general, and these 2 devices are, I believe Pixel A devices really showcase that we can use these devices. Anyone can use these devices. It's all a matter of whether we want to or not. I mean, we can use them. It gets the job done with everything, but then we tend to go with other devices. Many people at least tend to go with other devices, higher end devices, because it's got the extra features. We don't need those extra features. We want those extra features. But Pixel 5a and 6a come with, I believe, everything that a consumer needs. I'm not telling that we should be using these and these only, these 2 devices only, or the A lineup only, but using a series device as my main and testing it out, it really does bring this up whenever I'm thinking about Pixel 6a, that hey, I don't need the latest and greatest. I don't need the extra features. I can get perfectly fine along with my day by using Pixel A series, in this case Pixel 6a, and so far it's been great. But that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people. Anyway, that's been it from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.